Hi guys, it's Claire. I'm back with another album share video for you. This one's a bit different this time. It's not going through my normal albums that I've shared with you, you know, the ones that are dated and numbered 1 to 15 or whatever it is I've got. This one is just it's a chunk of one of those, because this lot will be going into album number 11, which is 2015, but this is all our Florida holiday. If you've been watching my vlogs, you've seen for the past few weeks I've been, you know, really working hard on this, trying to get it all completed. This was a 2-week holiday, November 2015, and it turned out to be a lot more pages than I actually wanted it to be, so it's a big chunk of an album. But I'm going to talk you through that now. Okay, so this is my first page. I don't know if to tell you every collection I've used, or I'll just sort of tell you obvious bits and things that, you know, basics about it really. So obviously this is us at the airport about to get on the plane, us sitting on the plane here, the snacks that the girls took onto the plane, and us, you know, with our passports about to board the plane, etc. I've used some thickers, I've used bits from the Simple Stories, what's it called, Say Cheese collection, and just various other embellishments and bits that I've had already, different cards and different things that I've had, date stamp obviously here. So that's that page. The next page is our first day in Florida. So this was, we hit the shops straight away, picked up our hire car, hit the shops, the girls done some pin trading. Our first meal, well actually the first meal was this lunch meal. Sophie really, she's a bit of a fussy eater, Sophie, but she found this Sbarro, I think that's how you say it, I don't know, it's in the shopping malls and it sells Italian pizza and stuff like that, and she fell in love with these pizza wraps, I think they were called, so she had one of those and absolutely loved them, and probably went on to have quite a few more throughout the whole holiday, but yeah, she really liked those. And this was our evening meal at Longhorn Steakhouse, and again using bits from the Say Cheese collection. Next page is actually just this small one here. One of our first days out non-Disney was a trip to Winter Park, so this page is this little bit, this small flap, and this 12 by 12 pocket page. Yeah, so I printed out the Google Maps shot of where we were, put a little frame, pointed to it, picture of us before we got on the scenic boat tour. And the same here, us just, you know, the things that we were seeing. I took a picture of the girls as they were photographing where we were going. And then just us, as I say, going on the boat tour. I really love this picture of Sophie. Really nice. Okay. In the evening we went to Old Town in Orlando, what is it called? Old Town Kissimmee, is it? They had a custom car show that we wandered around. There's like a fairground there, and there's a custom car show on, which Alan likes all these cars, so we wandered around here. And then another day, the next day I think, this is November the 21st, we went to Celebration. So this was my favourite photo of the day, so I made it into a 12 by 12. Yeah, and just added these silver banner, letters from Heidi Swap letter packet, tags that I made myself, and a couple of Flair and some Brads. This collection is the My Mind's Eye Jubilee collection, and this was the same day actually, so this is still Celebration. So this one where the girls went on a fire engine that was there, the fireman were really kind and let the girls stand on the engine so we could pose and take photos. And then here just some more pictures of, this is where we ate, the Market Street Cafe, this is their breakfast that we had, and various things in Celebration. And this is, we were at, where are we? What's it called? Epcot? No, not Epcot. Can't think what the name of it is, you know, where Hollywood Tower is and Rock and Roller Coaster. Yeah, so pictures we got from that day. Oh, Hollywood Studios, look, duh. Yeah, so we're at Hollywood Studios. This was actually the picture, we took a selfie and we emailed this picture back over to my family back in the UK while we were on holiday. Not the best photo of me, but it was like a messing about photo. Yeah, a few pictures from that. This picture, which, as I've said before, I think you've seen this already, was one of my favourite pictures from the whole holiday. This picture of the girls with their Mickey Mouse ice cream bars. In the evening we saw the spectacle of dancing lights, which was brilliant, and we were singing along, everyone was singing this Feliz Navidad song, so we had a good laugh singing along to that and dancing and messing around. It was absolutely brilliant, this light show, spectacle of dancing lights. Really one of those things where you have to be there to experience it. Really quite nice. We also had a day where we went up to Eustace, so this was just a few of the photos that we got from there. We didn't spend too long there. I went there to pop into my favourite things, the craft shop, and then just explored for a little while. So there's a few pictures that we got. And this is also the same place. I've got this beautiful water feature there. On the way home we asked recommendations where we should go, and people said, oh, go to Mount Dora, it's really beautiful. So just as we were driving back down, we pulled into this Mount Dora area, and it really was beautiful. Again, we didn't have loads of time there, but it was really, really nice to see. This was also at Mount Dora. They've got a train there, and you can go, I found out now, you can do tour around this lake. So when I go back next week, I'm actually going to, well, hopefully, fingers crossed, try and book that in and do that. And we saw this great blue heron, which was lovely. And I was really pleased that I had my good lens on my camera, so I managed to get a nice photo of the heron. This was my favourite characters are Chip and Dale, so I had to queue up and get my photo done with Chip and Dale. We were actually really lucky. Just as we were walking into Animal Kingdom, they just walked over to start, you know, doing the photograph bit, so I didn't actually have too long to wait. But everyone else in the line was a child, and then there was me waiting to get my photo with Chip and Dale. So my family were embarrassed, but it's fine. That's what you do when you're in Disney. And we got a stupid photo of me with Chip and Dale here. Us under the Tree of Life, etc. Just so you know, general photos that we got on the day. This is still Animal Kingdom, on the Kilimanjaro Safaris, Expedition Everest, and the Festival of the Lion King. And then Epcot, so photos from Epcot. I actually like this photo of us. Again, it was one where I, you know, gave someone else the camera and said, oh, do you mind taking a photo of us? And they actually got, not a bad one this time. You'll see a bit later on, the one at Magic Kingdom's not quite so good. But, you know, it is what it is. This was Clearwater. We drove to Clearwater and went on the beach there, which was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, just made a simple layout with the photos from Clearwater, kept them quite simple, used up these beach embellishments that I've had in a packet for absolutely ages, and I not a fan of them, but they actually work really well for this layout. Again at Clearwater, just Sophie on the beach. I really like this layout. I've been vlogging about this recently, so you may have, if you watch the vlogs, you've seen a few of these already. And this was the sunset at Clearwater. Actually, no, it wasn't at Clearwater, it was after we'd driven. This is actually, if I show you this bit here, this is us driving over the Skyway Bridge. So we'd driven over the Skyway Bridge, stopped at the other side of the Skyway Bridge, and then the sun had started to set. So I got this photo of the girls and just printed it out, A4, kept it really simple by adding the Heidi Swap stickers on there. So yeah, this is us driving over the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, which was quite amazing. This was at Wakiva Springs State Park or Nature Park. So we hired a canoe and went canoeing, which was a bit of it was good fun. We saw the alligators, and we saw a river otter, and some lovely birds and wildlife. But I was panicking the whole time because I had my big camera with me, and we were trying to row, and my camera was balanced on my lap, and I was stressing about not falling over, toppling out and dropping the camera in the water. So we had some good laughs, but I didn't actually end up getting that good of photos of the animals, but never mind, we had a good laugh. And this was later in that evening. We went back to Celebration and had we had some macarons there. Girls had ice creams, me and Alan had coffee, and then we also, I think, ate there that evening as well. Now we're in Magic Kingdom. This layout I showed you just in a recent vlog, so you may have seen it, but I started with a piece of A4 white paper, which I embossed with this camera embossing folder, the Teresa Collins camera embossing folder. layered up the picture of us. As I said earlier, this was a picture someone else took of us and it's not the best, but you know, we've got to work with it. Layered up the Say Cheese collection papers behind. I had some of these were stickers from the collection, some were cut from a piece of 12 by 12, some were just little tags that I'd done a print and cut file, and stickers, and just layered those, or you know, lined those up down the side, added arrows and gems, stars that were cut from on the silhouette machine, and then mounted the whole lot on some more of the Say Cheese collection papers. I actually had to use 2 pieces of paper here because I didn't have any 12 by 12 left. It's really got to the end of this collection now, so it's a bit scrappy. Okay, I move this across, ignore this for a minute. I've actually got this page which I've just completed to go in there. I can't slip it in at the minute because the gold ink is still wet, so I can't put it into the album for a moment. But this is obviously the Country Bear Jamboree show. Just a quick layout. I wasn't intending to do this one, but I actually ended up needing another filler page. I needed one to go on the back of this other 12 by 12. So I quickly made this page to pop in there. So again, using the same collection, the Say Cheese collection, some stars that I punched out of gold cardstock. Yeah, and as I say, gold ink splatters, but they're still wet at the moment. So that's going on the back of this page, which is the one that I've made of Shani messing about with her favourite character, which is Stitch. We do these stupid things in Disney, you know. Yeah, so obviously this photo had to be taken, and I've put it on here, stitched the word Stitch, added embellishment clusters, some enamel dots, again using all papers from the Say Cheese and a little bit of that Jubilee collection thrown in because the colours work so well. And that's that layout, probably one of my favourites actually from the whole album. And then lastly, the Celebrate the Magic show at the end of the evening. Simply printed out the photos, cut them out, mounted them on